Talk of the table now. Mayor Bloomberg at it again, his honor following up on his greatest hits, including the 16-ounce soda ban, all the smoking bans, the hiding the cigarettes in stores push, the calorie counts in restaurants, the attacks on salt and trans fats. I'm out of breath. Now he reportedly has a new cause he's fighting for, food composting. The mayor will back a drive encouraging city residents to separate their food waste in the way you already do for recycling. That food would then be composted, reducing landfills, and eventually the mayor hopes, get this, turned into a source for electricity. And he wants the program to eventually be mandatory with fines for people who don't comply. I thought this was just him going off the deep end, but then get this, two mayoral candidates, Christie and Quinn and Bill de Blasio, said they're behind both the voluntary push and making the program mandatory. What? We're going to compost now in the city where the roaches outnumber the people by about a gazillion to one?
No, but let's put that with the soda ban and let's move on.
Okay, but let's remember the soda ban, which I fully support Bloomberg on, is now before an appellate court. So don't dismiss it that fast.
You know what?
And isn't Bloomberg one of you guys?
No, he's always been a Democrat. We're Republican money.
But composting is a good thing, but making it mandatory, I have a problem with. He should encourage it, maybe not in his last few days in office. I find that a little suspect. He should encourage it. It's good to be green, but making it mandatory, I'm wondering who's going to live in New York City anymore.
But I have a
This
question.
is really tough.
I support the mayor in this, but I
Have
don't
you ever
I don't
composted?
fully. That's my question. I don't fully understand.
Inadvertently in his fridge.
Do you even recycle?
No, I don't. But Andrew, explain this to me. What's gonna, or Jeannie, what's gonna happen here? So I'm done with my dinner. I don't have much garbage when I'm done with my dinner. But go ahead. That's not funny. That's not funny.
The scraggly little apple core or the one piece of meat that you didn't eat, that goes into a separate bin. So you got paper, you got plastic, you got metal, and then you got food.
From my plate.
Yeah.
And then what?
And then it goes to a larger bin and it gets
So I
collected.
got 5 garbage bags instead of 1?
That's it, yeah.
And it's a
Buy
good
stock in
thing.
garbage bag companies.
What are the 47 million people with food stamps going to do with this compost? Did he account for that?
See that? He brought the two arguments together. That was
absolutely
smooth.
Thank you.
All right, next up, if you've gone to a ball game or really any place with a big crowd in, say, the past 12 years, you're familiar with the requisite bag check as you go in. Now the NFL wants to go even further. This preseason, they're banning backpacks and large purses from stadiums, and only small clutch bags, Gina, you'll have to explain what that is, will be allowed. Basically, if you want to bring it into a game, it's got to be in a clear plastic gallon-sized bag, and no exceptions. Feminine products, clear plastic bag. Insulin and needles for diabetes care, clear plastic bag. Raincoat, either wear it or put it in a clear plastic bag.
You know, my first thoughts were, did the federal government take over security at the TSA not running this?
Well, they're worried about things like Boston and what happened at the marathon. I mean, it's a legitimate safety concern on their part.
Well, Andrew, I never thought I would say this on television.
No pressure cookers, but I mean, other than that.
I really thought I'd never say this on television, but what you just said, that was a little too much information. Just a teeny bit.
With the clutch purse?
No, he said the feminine I'll let Jeannie explain all this.
I really think this is problematic. I don't know if it's a reflection of the number of women who are going to these games. Maybe there's not enough to have an impact.
They're trying to get more.
Well, I don't think this is going to help. They're saying it's going to make us safer. Okay, I'm in favor of safety, but you go to an NFL game, they search your bag. We are only allowed to bring in a clutch, which is the size of your hand or smaller. Everything else in clear plastic. I know many women who will not go along with that. I think it's a big problem, and I'd like to see if it makes the check-in lines really that much faster. I don't think it's going to help.
And you know what this is also about, though? Let's keep it real. This is about the concession stand.
That's what
This is about.
That's a good one.
You're going to go from spending $40 to about $120.
They don't want you putting in a bottle of water or anything else.
Especially when a hot dog is $8.
No, not to mention that the lines apparently were too long when you're searching big pocketbooks, so it's going to cut down on your wait times.
Yeah, I don't think. Do you really?
So a woman has to put her pocketbook in a plastic bag.
The contents have to be in a plastic bag so that they can see
so
it.
Everybody can see it and carry it around.
But apparently they have bags that you can buy from them that are a little bigger.
You can go on the NFL website and buy a bag. Isn't that generous of them?
How about that? So they seem to have struck a balance to make everybody happy.
All right, final talk of the table. Want to get married?
No, not again.
Sometimes that
to you or just?
I'm just asking. Sometimes that impulse will not wait. and that means a trip to Vegas, but not a trip to Atlantic City. New Jersey Governor Chris Christie vetoing a bill that would have eliminated the state's 3-day waiting period on weddings. The sponsors hope to make AC a Vegas-type wedding destination. This is bad news for Wedding Chapel Elvises, or is it Elvi? Christie saying the move would only facilitate hasty marriages and that marriages or civil unions require careful deliberation and thoughtful consideration. And I heard what he said, and I'm still thinking to myself, so what? Go ahead and get married in 5 minutes if you want. Why should we? Why can't you get married immediately?
I agree. I mean, you should be. I mean, if the divorce rate wasn't at 50% anyway, no matter how long you wait, then I'd say, Christie, you have a good point. But since it already is, you might as well take 5 minutes and decide, get drunk and get married, and gamble all your life savings away. Why not?
New Jersey's divorce lawyers could use the boost. Am I?
Hey, and with the competition, New York may be on the cusp of getting a full gambling here. You got Pennsylvania with full gambling. I mean, New Jersey needs something.
What do we think? Quickie weddings.
I agree with Chris Christie on this. You know, after you've been married, you don't want people jumping into this. It needs to be thought out. It needs to be thoroughly vetted.
That is not fair for the single people like myself who needs these types of experiences.
Do you want to make it harder to get married? Do you want the waiting period to be increased?
No, I just want there to be thought going into it. I don't know, Dominic.
Going to the chapel and we're gonna get married. There we go, right?
Chris Christie's right on this one. New Jersey doesn't need more divorces as a result of drunk quickie weddings.
Well, we do need a special election for U.S. Senate. In which the governor doesn't have to go up against Cory Booker.
State Supreme Court
it may cost $24 million, but we need a special election.
State Supreme. It's a quickie election, but no
quickie election, but no quickie. That's a good one.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Do you have a song for that one?
I don't have a song for that one. Maybe Ralph does in the control room.
Get married when you want.
Dominic's gonna. Thank you very much. Dominic's gonna work on another song for us. We're gonna wrap things up on RFL when we come back.